Well, hello, students. Hope all is well. And we're already into week 3. And now you've got a taste of writing a vision statement as part of a business plan. You know, what we entail that business to be like. A vision works into a mission. But before we can get into a mission, which kind of solidifies the vision, we will want to do what we call a feasibility analysis of our business, and we want to build a business model and know that the business plan is going to be a roadmap that is going to effectively get us to our destination. So, the learning objectives of this particular chapter 8 in the first half of the week are going to present the steps involved in conducting a feasibility analysis. We're going to kind of take a look at all of the different components of the business model and explain how to use them. Okay, so we'll look at it as a canvas. Like, say you're doing a big painting, right? And how do we develop that painting with all the different components, all the different parts on that canvas that make a great picture? So, how do we create a great business model? Then, once we do that, we're going to explain the benefits of having an effective business plan. And we're going to be able to describe the elements of a business plan once it solidifies. So now we're getting that vision and turning it into a plan. And after looking at the elements of a solid business plan, we're going to explain the 3 tests every business plan must pass. So, yes, there's a test of checks and balances to every business plan. Then we're going to be looking at the 5 C's of credit and why they are important to potential lenders and investors regarding business plans. And finally, we're going to talk about how we are able to comprehend the keys to making a business plan presentation. How do you convince someone, like an investor, that a business plan is going to work? So these are the types of things that we're going to be looking at, and we're going to start talking about doing a feasibility analysis. And the thing is, this week, when we talk about doing a feasibility analysis, you start by looking at a feasibility study and then all of the elements of the analysis itself. So, how do we put all of that together? How do we make it happen? And what I'm thinking is that this is probably going to be one of the most important things that we do with the business analysis, because the second half of the week we're going to be talking about doing a market feasibility analysis. And that is going to be a marketing plan, which would be chapter 9 in your books. Okay? So when we get into chapter 9, essentially, when we talk about marketing, marketing has a lot to do with our branding. What makes our organization get looked at by different people? What is our branding all about? What are we all about as a company? So our branding is going to be essential to what we do as a business. So we got the feasibility study, the business plan, and then we've got the marketing plan. So let's talk a little bit about a bootstrap marketing plan, which is chapter 9, a little bit more detail. So how can we as a small, we got our product, we got everything, but how do we pinpoint our target markets? And how do we determine what the customer really needs using market research? And then we're going to outline the steps in the marketing research project. You say, what does this have to do with leadership? A lot. Because if you're not doing a business, how do you brand and market yourself as a leader? How do you fit in to an organization? What type of strategies do you have if you were building your own business? What type of a leader would you be when it starts with just you? How do you build a competitive edge in the marketplace? See, all of this is structure that goes along with leadership. It isn't just the soft skills, but the hard skills. So yeah, go ahead and look at the 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, and promotion. You've heard about that before, I'm sure. So in this particular chapter, in chapter 9, the second half of the week, we're going to focus on the customer. We're going to focus on the quality. We're going to focus on the convenience of our products or services. Why do people want to access them? This is a lot to do with how we lead, because we have to direct the actions of others. And if it doesn't start with you, how does that work? How does it happen? So just like in leadership, we want to promote quality products. How do you promote quality leaders? How do you draw a business plan, if you want to draw the analogies, to every individual that comes into your company? How do you make it work for you? What entices them to come to you? What do you have in mind for them? See, leaders need to know these things. They need to be able to reach individuals from a skill set and from a personal level, because we're all human beings. And we're dedicated to, you want to be a good leader, you have to be dedicated to innovation and quality. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the product life cycle. We're going to look at the marketing mix and all the things that make a successful business as well as a successful leader. But most importantly, we're dedicated to service, not just to our company, but to the service of others. That's what leadership does. It builds vision and it builds strategy. So in this particular week, we're going to be looking at the second half of writing the business plan. And that is building one. How do we put that mission together? What are the steps we need to follow? What is that roadmap? And then, once we figure that out, how do we market it? How do we go out there and have others buy into our product? Okay, our service, product or service. Okay, that's my intro for the week. Good luck.